but now I know I'm able to carry on. It's been a long, long time coming, and I know a change gonna come. Yes, it will. Thank you. Thank y'all very much.
Hello, good morning, Unity. Oh, thank you, Lashana, for warming us up with that beautiful music on this cold day. We needed that. Woo! Awesome. All right, so I'm going to be doing a class in February on Saturdays from 1 to 2:30, February 15th to March 8th. And this is a great book. It's called The Let Them Theory. If you don't know Mel Robbins, she is a motivation and mindset expert. This book is on the New York Times, the Sunday Times, Amazon, and Audible bestseller lists. And basically, just a few things that they say about this book. Stop wasting energy on things you can't control. Oh, that one hit home for me, huh? Break free from fear and self-doubt. Release the grip of people's expectations. That's another big one. And define your own path to success, joy, and fulfillment. So if you want to learn a little bit more about this, she has podcasts. She does just a 7-minute quick one for the new year, talks a little bit about the Let Them theory. And I think she does a whole 45-minute podcast on this theory. So if you want to listen to that before you join. I'm announcing it now a little early because this book is so popular you can't get it from Amazon at least. And I looked other places as well until as late as February 5th. So if you want to come, order the book early, like soon, okay? And I hope you do come. I think it's going to be great. Oh, and the class, the charge for this is $40, similar to other classes. So, and let me know if you have any questions. Today is our town hall meeting. Today after celebration, I'll have a little bit of time to run out, go to the bathroom, grab a snack or whatever, and then we'll have the meeting right after that. So please come join for that, whether you're a member or not. You can ask questions, find out what's going on. Membership renewals are due. You need to get them in before the end of February so that you can vote at the annual meeting at the end of February. So you've had there's a link in an e-blast. There's some forms on the back table as well if you'd rather do it that way. And so please remember to do that. And we have lots of fun stuff going on lately. So we've got movie night coming up, January 22nd at 6. It's going to be Beetlejuice. I've seen the movie. It's a lot of fun. So come join for that. And Art in Service is next Sunday, right after service, I assume. No. Oh, Art in... Well, if I read it a little better and understood it, Art in Service. We'll be doing art during the service next Sunday. So yay, that'll be fun. So whether you're crafty or not, I'm not super crafty, but hey, we all are creative. So come join. And a dance party Thursday, January 30th. That is going to be tons of fun. Come and shake your booty and have a lot of fun and get to know other people. You don't know them yet. And happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day, which is tomorrow. So the office will be closed, and celebrate that. All right. So now is our time for meditation. So just go ahead and get comfortable, get relaxed. You can close your eyes or lower your gaze. And take a deep breath with me. And on this pretty frigid day, let us contemplate how we can warm our hearts, warm our lives, warm others around us. How can we create, remember we are all creative, how can we create more joy, more happiness, more love in our lives? And as we do that, it goes out to others. They feel it. and they can also receive that joy and love, bring it into their hearts, and then send it out to others around them so that we get this beautiful ripple effect. You can sometimes see in the world the ripple effect of negative things. Positive works even better. So let's get that positive out there. Let it ripple through the world so that there is joy, peace, love everywhere. So take this time listening to this beautiful music to contemplate the many things you can do, from simple, like saying, wow, that's such a cute outfit on you, or whatever, to somebody to make them smile. To give somebody a hug, to call someone you haven't called in a while to tell them that you love them. What ways that you can take on during this next week to bring that love and joy to yourself and that love and joy to others? Let's take the time now to think about that. Oh, and I know that divine source is in all of us. And I know that I am one with this power, this love, one with each person here today and everyone watching online. And I know that we are love, that we are joy. I bring that into my heart. I look in the mirror and say, I love you, for it starts with me. And then I spread that out to the world, creating that love and joy in everyone I meet. And I know this is so for each person here today. And I'm so grateful for that divine source and that connecting with that joy and love and happiness. Grateful for our beautiful music ministry, for Reverend Brenda and her message today, and for each and every one of you. And I release these words knowing it is so, with ease, grace, love, and joy. And so it is. Amen.
Morning, everyone. Today is okay. Oh. May today be peace within you. May you trust your highest power that you are exactly where you are meant to be. May you not forget the infinite possibilities that are born of faith. May you use those gifts that you have received and pass on the love that has been given to you. May you be content knowing you are a child of God. Let the present settle into your bones and allow your soul the freedom to sing dance, praise, and love. It is there for each and every one of you.
Y'all look so beautiful out there. Give yourself your own applause for coming in the cold, okay? All right, we're going to come on. If you know the song, you're more than welcome to join. Love and happiness, yeah. Something that'll make you do wrong, make you do right. Love. Come on, put your hands together. Love and happiness. You know that
and happiness. Yeah. Thank you. Such good stuff, right? All right, I am Reverend Brenda Peters, and if this is your first time, could you please raise your hand so I can see? Yay! Thanks for being with us. Wonderful. We're glad that you're here today with us. So, they like me to do jokes just before my talk, so I'm sorry. These are from Michi. Where is she? She's out there. Oh, she can't hear me. Okay. We all blamed her now, okay? So I'll get behind it. So say, oh, those jokes are really bad, Okay. If anyone gets a message from me about canned meat, don't open it, because it's spam. All right, okay. How many people have eaten spam? Yes. I know, right? Okay. Well, we're not going to get into that. All right. What does a clock do when it gets hungry? It goes back 4 seconds. Get 4. Woo! We had a little lag there. Making you think. And everybody, here comes Michi. Yeah! Woo! She's the one to blame. I'm doing your jokes there. Yay. But you've missed both of them. So now here's a third one. How do trees get online? They just log in. That was, yeah, right? Okay, that was hard. All right. Joke's over. Yay. All right, we'll get into the stuff. So, yeah, this talk came about because of a recent trip that I went on to Sedona, Arizona, just for a short down and back to visit a friend. But also, I love Sedona. It calls my name. This is the 5th time I've been down there. I don't know what it is. We just have a relationship. So every now and then I have to go. And it called, and so I went. But what came about was a talk that I already had. I have talks laid out on top of my credenza that haven't really been finished, but they're ideas that were uploaded, and so I just write down the ideas, right? And so when I came back, because I wasn't really formulating what all does this go with, and how do I put this together, and there it was on my credenza. I'm like, oh, sweet, I love this, I love how Spirit works. And so we're going to talk about storytelling. Storytelling. So storytelling is very natural to a lot of us, right? In fact, if you go back in the Bible, Jesus, that's how he did most of his stuff, was with parables, telling stories, getting his point across that way. It's natural for us to tell stories. What's not natural, or maybe it is natural, is when those stories become negative, right? When we become telling the same stories over and over and over and over. I went on a little research. So first, what are the stories that you're telling yourself? That's something to think about through this whole talk today. What are the stories you're telling yourself? So I went on Psychology Today just to see what they had to say about it. And in this article it says, but those stories can turn on us, especially the negative ones. They become self-limiting when they come up against life's singular agenda, grow. Our stories can end up force-fitting us into self-fulfilling prophecies and crappy self-talk or stinking thinking, bound by a chain of cause and effect that we make up, and it's critical to separate fact from fiction. It's critical to separate fact from fiction. Because stories become opinions, become beliefs, become behaviors. So we're affected by these stories. And so how do we get to these stories? And I've heard through some of my learnings and other people who have spoken and books that it's natural for us because we fill in the gaps. So if we don't know if we don't know all the facts of something, we start filling in the gaps ourselves, right? And this, I have a great example of this. It's someone that I knew, and they were talking about how they were in a Burger King downtown, and they saw this girl. They didn't really know, maybe 20-ish, kind of disheveled. She had a backpack, and she was walking through the parking lot. And they were thinking, she's so young to be homeless. And that's sad, and maybe how can I help her? And just as they were going to go, maybe buy a meal for her, or they were trying to decide what to do, they kept watching her, and pretty soon she got out her keys to her BMW. Right? So we fill in the gaps when we don't have all the information. And sometimes we don't get all the information. Sometimes we don't know. But we like to fill in those gaps because that's what comforts us. That's what helps us feel okay with ourselves, with our world around us, whatever it is. We fill in those gaps. So we start telling stories. So in my trip, my girlfriend and I, one of the things I said I wanted to do was take a hike. And it was a hike to Devil's Bridge, because, me. And so I said, let's go. And so we did. I did not know. I didn't research it. I didn't have any information about it. I just knew where I wanted to end up. She researched it. She knew what was coming. She knew how long it was and all that. But they did have information there when we read, and I read, it said a gallon of water per person. And of course we didn't have that. But we had water. And it was about 40 degrees up there, so it wasn't, hot. So we start on this hike, and it's rocky, and it's a little bit more, it's becoming more and more of a real hike. And I'm like, okay. And this is always the way it goes. The very first time I visited her down there, it was not summer, but it was getting hotter. And we went up I said, let's go on this hike. We were just, traveling, and I'm like, oh, this one looks good. Let's do this. And she's like, okay. Neither one of us had boots or the gear or anything like that. This is the first time, okay? This is not this time. So this first time we're halfway up, and she's like, we're going to die. We don't have any water. We're going to die. And then we would see these lovely people in their 80s coming down, just, And I'm like, they're not dying. Come on, girl, let's go. And so we got up there, and she was, and I'm like, yeah, but we made it. We made it. Yay, right? And then about a week or two later, she emails me or contacts me and lets me know that somebody, his fiance, did die on that hike because apparently there were bees that stung them and followed. Yeah. And so she's like, see, we could have died. Okay, but we didn't die. Oh my gosh. So on this hike, we were, going there, and I reminded her, we're not going to die on this hike. We've got water, and there's no bees. So we kept going. So I'm going to leave that there just to set you up. But keep in mind that I didn't have a lot of knowledge, but right now where I was at, I was fine. I wasn't trying to fill in the gaps. I was looking at the beautiful scenery. I was taking pictures, I was in the flow. And that's where we're going to leave that right now. So how do we shift this storytelling? Like maybe if we're in the negative storytelling, how do we shift that to positive or even to just stop? Robert Frost said the only way out is through. The only way out is through. And I've come to know that this is such a true quote for your feelings, for tough times, anything that you're struggling with, the only way out is through. And sometimes that's not easy to do. But if you take the time to pray and meditate and to get into that divinity and that true essence of who you are, you're able to go through. You're able. And you will go and get out on the other side. Some other ways, well, I'm just going to, because I don't want to miss anything, but some other ways is to change your thinking, which is our third principle. Your thoughts create your reality. Your thoughts create your reality. So if you're telling this story, I can't get up, I can't do this, I'm not able to, I don't have enough money, whatever it is, that crappy self-talk that we stated before, then likely that's what's going to happen. Your thoughts create your reality. It's your perspective, and you can have the ability to shift that at any time. Is it easy? No, not always. Are you able to? Yes. Sometimes you need a friend. That's why we're a community, Talk to each other. Like, this is what I'm going through. Because sometimes you never know, someone has exactly what you need. Either thought-wise, or they've been through it, or they have, ways to get through it. But to help each other is a big, huge step in changing your thinking. The other way, journaling, meditation, watch how you talk to yourself. Be aware of that. Be aware of that. How are you talking to yourself? Do you get up in the morning and do you go, I can see that 10 pounds. Bleh. How do you talk to yourself? Because how you talk to yourself comes out in your energy, comes out in your vibration, sometimes comes out in your lovely words. And I've noticed that lately. People in pain, we say hurt people. It's true. People in pain have a tendency to spread the love all over. So also, when you're telling yourself stories, are you reacting to a trigger that you might have? Are you reacting instead of responding? And sometimes stories are reactions, right? This didn't go well because XYZ. Oh, I remember when this happened, and that happened, right? We're going to die on this hike. So be aware of that. Also, would you say this to a friend? Would you say your story to a friend? Would you say how you talk to yourself to a friend? Oh, You get everything handed to you because you know how to meditate the right way. You know how to manifest the right way. You're more spiritual than me. Really? Would you say that to your friend? I'm more spiritual than you? They'll look at me in my fancy clothes? I mean, no. So would you say that to a friend? That's another way to stop that storytelling. Or are you setting yourself up for failure with your stories? We're going to die on this hike because there's bees. And Kelly, if you're watching, yes, sorry, I didn't tell you I was going to use you. You know, it depends on what you're telling yourself. Those lovely little stories. And why not tell yourself positive stories? So back to the hike to Devil's Bridge, there came a point where a lot of people, so it was very rocky and it got worse, okay? Where you would basically have to do some beginner's rock climbing, which I did not know. And I'm like, we're just going to do this because I'm going to get to the Devil's Bridge. And so the drive, the passion, the zeal, the strength in me spurred that, kicked in to my divinity, and knowing that I can do this. I have everything I need within me. I can do this. So I, took my time. This is another thing. Go slow. Go slow with your stories. Go slow with your thinking. Going slow does not mean weakness. It's a very good superpower that nobody really knows about. And so I went slow, and we got up, and there became a great plateau. And a lot of people were just hanging out there. And there was one more climb before you got to the bridge. And so some people stayed back. I climbed my way up. And these dogs were also climbing their way up. It was kind of like, how can you take your dog? Anyway. And so, I'm like, good for you, dog. I mean, hello. And so I just, took my time and I got up there. And I climbed up there. Because the story I was telling myself was, I can do this. I'm taking my time. Yes, I'm afraid of heights. But for whatever happened on that day, there was no fear in me. There was no fear in me. It was... it was just a sensation and a feeling, and my mind was clear, and it has not been that clear for a while. Even when I got back, my mind started going, No, I want to be as clear as I was down there. There was no fear, nothing, just a beautiful, wonderful feeling of love, of gratitude, of abundance, of wonderment. It was just gorgeous. And the zeal and the drive to get to the next, get to the next, get to the next rock, get to the next plateau, get to that Devil's Bridge. So what are the stories that you're telling yourself? Take a look at it this week. Change the thought, and you change the experience. And that was by Eric Butterworth. Change the thought, and you change the experience. Now, those people that stayed on the plateau doesn't make them right or wrong or good or bad or any of that. That's just where they were supposed to be. That's as far as they got. And that was great. That's wonderful. Some people didn't even climb the rocks. Some people didn't even go the whole way. And that's fine. Wherever you get is wherever you are supposed to be. And that's an acceptance also. Instead of going back to that crappy self-talk that you're worthless, that you're not good in shape, that you can't do it, and blah, blah, blah. No, you don't need that. I got as far as I got, and it's great. So change the thought, and you change the experience. So this is how far I got. And I don't know if you can see that, but I got up on the Devil's Bridge. The second one is, I was going to turn on my little laser pointer there. Right there. The second one is the hole, and you can see how deep it is. So at one point, so I had to have somebody take my picture, and at one point she said, change your, so I was going like this, and she's like, change your pose. And I'm like, okay. And the only thing that came to me was to sit down. I don't know why. Now my legs are full of jello right now, you know. I've just climbed a whole bunch, and you know, I'm kind of off balance, but there's no fear right there in that picture. And that for me, y'all, I used to ride roller coasters and scream my head off and do the Lord's Prayer, and people would think I was dying, and I'm like, I don't care, I'm saying it. Anyway, and none of that. So when she said, change your pose, I'm like, okay. So I sat down, and I started to sit down, and I went like this. And because my legs are jello, I went like this. Yeah, and I went, oh, this is how I'm going to die. Okay. Okay. Reverend Brenda dies on the Devil's Bridge. I mean, right? But I didn't. Something inside of me said, scoot back. I'm like, okay. So I scooted back, and I sat there. And it was a beautiful experience. I came back with confidence, with like, wow, look how much I have grown. And I know you might think, oh, well, you're a minister. Of course, you know. No, Sometimes we can't see our own growth, because we're too busy with that crappy self-talk and that storytelling. So when the veil goes away and when your divinity shoots up and you can see your growth, it is amazing. As I'm climbing down, I'm like, I just did that. I just did that. That's an experience that'll stay with me for the rest of my life. And it was a truly spiritual one. So stop telling yourself stories that limit you. Stop with the crappy self-talk. You are where you are. Things are where they are. Accept, move on, try to do different, change your thinking. And then you too can reach your own Devil's Bridge. Namaste. Thank you. So if you do or have been supported by Unity of Omaha, please consider supporting us. We know that you have lots of choices, and it fills our hearts with gratitude and love when you decide to choose us. And so those of you online, hello, we love you. We know that you're here. And those of you in the sanctuary, please go ahead and drop your love offering here. But when you do, please make sure to take an affirmation, because this is the universe's lovely message to you. And I said, mine is, I open my heart to love. I am blessed with peace, joy, and harmony. So it is. And let's all say the prosperity affirmation. I am open and receptive to what offers me.
Mm. the top. We're gonna do it again. I know a place, y'all. Ain't nobody crying. No, no, no. Ain't nobody worried. Oh, no. Ain't no smiling faces. Say lying to the races. Come on now. Say help me now. I'll take you there. Oh, help me now. I'll take you there. Hey, I'll take you there. I'll take you there. Oh, I'll take you there. Come on, Michael, where you at? Give me that special. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, Michael Adams and to play that piano. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Saxophone, where you at? Y'all give it up for the band. We grooving this morning. Bowie. Oh, come on, guitar. Guitar, guitar. Come on now, play that. Come on, Bowie. Come on now, come on now. Oh, play on it. Come on, yeah. Help me now, hear me now. Oh, come on, come on. I know a place, y'all. Ain't nobody crying. No, ain't no smiling faces. I like that. Lying to the races. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on and tell me I'll take you. Come on, say take you there. Come on, y'all know it. Take you there. I hear somebody up there. I'll take you there. Hey, 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 I'll take you. Come on, it sounds so good in here. Hey, hey, I'll take me there. Hey, now come on and go with me. Yes, that's it right there. Say, come on and go with me. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on and go with me. Yeah. Say, come on, go with me. Hey, put your hands together. Hey, come on now, take you there, yeah. Hey, come on and go with me. Hey, come on and go with me. Yeah, yeah. Don't you wanna go? Hey, sounds so good. Don't you wanna go? Yeah, 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 yeah. Don't you wanna go? Hey, don't you wanna go? Hey, give yourself.
Not on. Now I am. All right. So let's go ahead and bless these tithes, talent, and love offerings that we have today, knowing that this energy of love, harmony, peace, abundance, and also divinity comes into Unity of Omaha and goes out to Unity Worldwide Ministries, to Unity Worldwide Headquarters, and to the Omaha community, because we know that love reigns, and so does being one with everything around us, in us, and through us. And so it is. Amen. All right. Thank you. Okay, so the prayer chaplain is Terry, and she will be in the Peace Chapel after service if you would like to be held in prayer. But also don't forget that we are going to have our town hall, so get your snacks, get your drink. It's going to be right out in the cafe. And you don't have to be a member. Anyone can stay. Ask questions. It's a good time for us to talk back and forth with the board, myself, and see what's on your mind. All right, so let's all do the prayer for transformation together, please. The light of God is in me. The love of God moves through me. The power of God transforms me. And the presence of God is who I am. Wherever I go, God is, and all is well. Beware of your stories.